Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. A group of probationers of Indian Civil Account Service, Indian Post and Telecommunication Service, Indian Railway Management Service and Indian Postal Service called on the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, at the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Speaking on the occasion, the President said that the young officers have the opportunity to contribute directly to the nation's development and prosperity through their domain of functioning, be it managing public finances or ensuring seamless connectivity and communication across the country. In the third episode of Pariksha Pe Charcha, artificial intelligence took center stage in shaping smarter learning strategies. The third session of Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025 concluded with finance expert Radhika Gupta underscoring how AI can play a transformative role in shaping the future, especially in teaching the correct usage of AI. Tech influencer Gaurav Chaudhary, also known as Technical Guru, also shared various strategies to help students reduce exam stress through technology, one of which includes using tech tools to create to-do lists. A global environmental organization, Earthy Green Foundation, organized Climate Conference 2025 in New Delhi on Thursday. The conference focused on topics including India's journey towards green and sustainable future, addressing the gathering with India's Minister of State for Jal Shakti, Raj Bhushan Chaudhary, who emphasized on an urgent need to save water. Proceedings in the upper house resumed after it was adjourned briefly on Thursday amid uproar by opposition parties after tabling the Joint Committee Parliament on the Waqf Amendment Bill. Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiren Rijiju asserted that all opposition MPs actively participated in the report's formulation and that the allegations were baseless. The Income Tax Bill 2025 was introduced in the Lok Sabha today. The bill is aimed at consolidating and amending the law related to income tax, which has been listed in the business of the House now. The report of the Joint Committee on the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 was also presented in the lower house of the Indian Parliament today. The proceedings of both the houses of the Parliament has been adjourned till 11 a.m. local time, the 10th of March. Earlier, replying to the supplementaries in the Rajya Sabha or the upper house of the Indian Parliament, Labour and Employment Minister Mansukh Mandavia said there are several pension schemes available for the people, especially those in the unorganized sector. India's Minister for Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, replied to a question during question hour in the Rajya Sabha on earthquake preparedness. He said that a multi-pronged strategy is in place to strengthen the earthquake risk reduction mechanism. Minister further added that the government regularly issues guidelines to ensure people are prepared for natural disasters. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla paid tribute to freedom fighter and first women Governor Sarojini Naidu on her birth anniversary in the Central Hall of the Samvidhan Sadan. A milk bank has been launched at AIIMS in New Delhi. It is an initiative of the Department of Neonatal Medicine that provides free services for NICU newborns, including counseling on breastfeeding to the mothers, milk donation, pasteurization and storage. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi flagged off the first train of the third Kashi Tamil Sangamam from Chennai Central Station, carrying 200 delegates as a part of the cultural exchange program between Tamil Nadu and Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. In a landmark development for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Indian Railways is all set to launch the much-awaited train service between Srinagar and Katra, marking a significant step in connecting the Kashmir Valley to the rest of the country through a seamless railway network. Minister of State for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jitendra Singh, launched the 12th All India Pension Adalat in New Delhi on Thursday. India's Textile Minister Giriraj Singh inaugurated Common Technology, Dyes and Chemicals Handicraft events at India Expo Centre and Mart in Greater Noida on Thursday. At close, Nifty slipped 13.85 points to 23,031.4. Sensex dipped 32.11 points to settle at 76,138.97. The Indian rupee settled at 3 paise higher at 86.92 against the US dollar on Thursday. Gold futures maturing on the 4th of April were priced at 85,858 rupees per 10 grams on multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for the 5th of next month maturity stood at 95,715 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Oil prices fell slightly on Thursday as a potential peace deal between Russia and Ukraine that continued to exert downward pressure, along with rising crude inventories in the United States. Brent crude futures were down at $74.76 US a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude dropped to $70.97. India's merchandise trade deficit is expected to have narrowed to $20.88 billion in January 2025, down from $20.94 billion in December 2024, according to a report by Union Bank of India. The report further suggested that the improvement is primarily due to decline in gold imports amid rising prices and the conclusion of the wedding and festive season. India's index of industrial production recorded a growth of 3.2% in December 2024 as against 5.2% in the month of November 2024. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a two-day visit to the United States. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit to the United States after President Donald Trump assumed office for the second term. The visit aims at strengthening India-US relationship, focusing on key areas such as technology, trade, defense, energy, supply chain resilience, and global security challenges, highlighting the depth of the bilateral partnership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is staying at the Blair House, the historic guest lodging for dignitaries visiting the White House. During his 36-hour stay in the US, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with President Donald Trump. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the fourth foreign leader to meet Donald Trump in the White House. Prime Minister will also meet several members of Trump's cabinet as well as US business leaders and members of the Indian American community. Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a warm welcome from the Indian diaspora, members of the Indian community who waited at the hotel to have a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the US. The US Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister fondly recalled his earlier interactions with Tulsi Gabbard. The discussions touched on enhancing bilateral intelligence cooperation, particularly in counter-terrorism, cybersecurity, emerging threats and strategic intelligence sharing. They also exchanged views on regional and global developments of mutual interest, reaffirming their commitment to a secure, stable and rule-based international order. At least 20 people were injured after a car ploughed into a crowd in Germany's Munich on Thursday, according to the local fire service. A large-scale police operation is currently underway near Munich Central train station with the authorities investigating the cause of the crash. The incident comes just days before a high-profile security conference set to host the US Vice President J.D. Vance and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. US President Donald Trump plans to announce reciprocal tariffs on every country that charges duties on US imports. He said that he will sign reciprocal tariffs order soon. A US judge permitted the Donald Trump administration's federal worker buyout program to proceed, potentially removing tens of thousands from government payrolls. The decision supports Trump's push to downsize the civil service, though unions remain opposed, citing concerns about job security and the program's legality. Approximately 65,000 federal employees have already signed up. US President Donald Trump made phone calls to Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as part of efforts to resolve the Ukraine conflict. Trump directed officials to begin discussions aiming at ending the conflict. He said that he would probably meet in person with Putin in the near term, suggesting that a meeting could take place in Saudi Arabia. European foreign ministers gathered in Paris for an expanded Weimar Group meeting on Ukraine. The ministers posed for a family photo with their Ukrainian counterpart on Wednesday. Swedish Defence Minister Paul Johnson said that Ukraine could still become a NATO member in the future if it fulfills its condition. NATO defence ministers talk budget and Russia in Brussels. US Secretary of Defence Hexet repeats his call for increased defence spending by NATO countries. South Korea's ousted President Yoon Suk-yeol faces potentially his last impeachment hearing on Thursday over his failed martial law bid. M23 fighters and Rwandan troops pushed further into the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo's governor warns of humanitarian catastrophe following the advance. We are heading for a short break. We'll be right back.
सोचिए अगर असल जिंदगी में ऐसी हालत हो तो कितनी मुश्किलें होती हैं, लेकिन शुक्र है बैंकिंग के लिए नहीं। अगर आपकी उम्र 70 साल से अधिक हो या आप दिव्यांग हो तो बैंक आपको कुछ जरूरी बैंकिंग सुविधाएं घर बैठे बैठे दे सकता है। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Express News. Let's continue. Winter storms threaten snow, extreme cold and travel warnings across the US. Over 90 million people were under winter weather alerts, with the heaviest snow due to northern Kentucky into West Virginia. Over 200,000 homes and businesses were without power across the US. The winter storm has already wreaked havoc on roads, with over 1,000 crashes reported across Maryland and Virginia. Snow clearing begins on scenic Tateyama Kurobe Alpine route in central Japan. The route linking the prefectures of Toyama and Nagano is buried under snow during winter and closed to traffic. Workers from the local Snow Removal Association opened a gate of the road in Tateyama town and began working to clear the road using heavy machinery. The workers are aiming to fully open the route on the 15th of April. Wildfires swept through Chile's Araucana region, claiming one life and leaving more than 40 people homeless. Emergency services battled to contain the places. Helicopters and small aircraft have been deployed, dropping water over the affected areas in Chile. Local authorities continue to monitor the situation as firefighting efforts remain ongoing. Winter has started to soften in northern India. Indian Meteorological Department has predicted that the cold conditions are less likely to return as warmer weather has been forecast, with maximum temperatures rising 2 to 3 degrees Celsius in the next few days. The minimum temperature of Indian state of Bihar may increase. According to the Meteorological Department, the minimum temperature is likely to be less than 10 degrees Celsius till the 15th of February. The National Disaster Management Authority is conducting a two-day international workshop on Heat Wave 2025 with the theme called Advancing City-Level Heat Action Plans and Multi-Sectoral Adaptation for Resilient Communities. Vietnam's capital Hanoi took the top spot for air pollution among global cities. As the smog persisted, residents and tourists voiced their worries and frustrations about the hazardous air quality. Climate change is melting Nepal's Himalayan peaks, making life of vulnerable communities harder with increased natural disasters and resources degradation. These disasters, along with crop damage, are also threatening food security. Studies show that glaciers and snow-capped peaks in Nepal are melting faster than ever. Experts warn that only heavy snowfall can restore the snow, which is becoming increasingly unlikely. Marking the significance of radio as powerful medium of communication, education and entertainment, World Radio Day is being celebrated across the world today. The theme of World Radio Day for the year 2025 is Radio and Climate Change, emphasizing the significant role of radio in raising awareness about climate change and educating audiences on environmental issues. Sri Lanka's capital Colombo came alive with the sounds of drums and colourful lights. Crowds gathered to watch majestic elephants and performers dance on the streets at annual parade. Sri Lanka was hosting the annual Navam Perehera, a two-day Buddhist festival featuring decorated elephants as well as traditional dance and musical performances. The festival also fosters unity and harmony between communities as Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims and Christians. Brazilian samba school gears up for Rio's carnival. Workers wooed costumes and welders built structures that hold the decorations of the striking floats that would parade during the carnival. Samba School is set to create a magical place during the parade using unusual materials this year such as colourful floats, ruffles and headpieces. The carnival will begin on the 28th of February. Vibrant, intangible cultural heritage activities and time-honoured folklore performances have been unfolded across China to celebrate the millennium-old Lantern Festival. The traditional festival is celebrated on the 15th day of the first month of the Chinese lunar calendar. The festival is peppered with colourful red lanterns meant to bring good fortune. Various customs include visiting colourful lantern fairs, solving lantern riddle and enjoying energetic folk performances. A dazzling fashion show featuring the stunning traditional attire from different ethnic groups across China captivated audiences with a blaze of colour and classic designs in the ancient city of Lhasa. Performers with representative costumes entered the runway, showcasing the exquisite craftsmanship and vibrant colours. Lhasa City was one of the 4 sub-venues of this year's gala, in addition to the main stage in Beijing. Monty, the giant schnauzer, won Best in Show at the Westminster Kennel Club Talk Show, finally taking the top prize after reaching the final round for the 3rd consecutive year. Second place went to Bourbon, a 9-year-old whippet and winner of the home group who came out of retirement and claimed the runners-up prize for the 3rd time. A wild giant panda with its backside covered in snow was captured on infrared camera on the Bechuan area of China's Giant Panda National Park. This footage was part of a series of wild animal videos filmed at the reserve recently. Climbing a small forest hill, the panda strolled leisurely through a layer of snow thick enough to bury its little legs with each step. With buckets full of freshly cut flowers, red roses took centre stage at Australia's largest flower market. Local growers and florists prepared for their busiest and biggest day of the year, that is the Valentine's Day. Casablanca hosted the inaugural Moroccan Kaftan Festival, celebrating the heritage and evolution of the Moroccan kaftan. The Moroccan Kaftan Festival showcased traditional and modern designs from Moroccan designers, blending authenticity with creativity. A chess exhibition jointly created by Mongolia's best craftsmiths has opened in Ulaanbaatar. The chess set is covered with 999 gold and silver and has pieces with images of Mongolian ancient kings and princes. The unique chess set at the center of the exhibition is valued at $8,600. Chess pieces are made of metals such as zinc, copper, gold and silver. Each chess piece has different appearance, image and expressive content. Sci-fi thriller The Gorge is all set to release this Friday. The film tells the story of two snipers who each guard one side of a mysterious gorge. US model and television personality Kendall Jenner walked the runway at Calvin Klein's fall-winter presentation at New York Fashion Week. The show marked the debut of the brand's first female creative director, Veronica Leo. The makers of the Bobby Deol starrer, Ashram, released the teaser of part 2 of its third season on Wednesday. It is directed and produced by National Award winner Prakash Jha. The teaser of Vijay Deverakonda's much-awaited action thriller, which also happens to be his 12th film called Kingdom, was unveiled. The film is set to release in theatres worldwide on 30th of May. India lost by 3-2 to South Korea in their final match of the Badminton Asia Mixed Team Championships Group D in Qingdao, city of China, on Thursday. Despite the defeat, India moved into the quarterfinals round of the continental meet as the group's runners-up behind South Korea. Indian batter Rajat Patidar has been appointed as the captain of Indian Premier League franchisee Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Former Indian opener Shikhar Dhawan has been named as one of the 4 event ambassadors of the ICC Champions Trophy, which is to be held in Pakistan and Dubai. Pakistan and New Zealand will battle for glory in the final of the one-day international tri-series in Karachi on Friday. International Cricket Council has imposed fines on the 3 Pakistani players, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Saud Shakil and Kamran Ghulam, for breaching code of conduct. The much-anticipated third edition of India's franchisee-based T20 tournament, Women's Premier League, will kick off on Friday, featuring 5 teams. Paris Olympics boxing gold medalist Iman Khalif has accused the International Boxing Association of making false and offensive accusations against her. The International Boxing Association said that the International Olympic Committee's decision to permit transgender women, Iman Khalif, to participate in the Olympics had denied opportunities to deserving female athletes. The Australian Open has ruled out to radically overhaul the mixed doubles competition and play it before the main tournament starts, following the US Open's move. Alexander Zverev has returned to winning ways, reaching the Argentina Open last 8 stage in Buenos Aires. German giants Bayern Munich defeated host Celtic by 2-1 in their Champions League playoff first leg match. AC Milan suffered a 1-0 defeat to Feyenoord in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League playoff category. Arsenal's bid to win the Premier League suffered a major setback as Kai Havertz has been ruled out for the remainder of the series. And services continue to dominate the national games medal tally with 66 gold, 25 silver and 26 bronze medals, taking their total tally to 117. Maharashtra is in the second place. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now.